Lunchbox is brought to you by Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival, now with events throughout the year.
Hold the Mayo. It's time for Mike Mayo's Lunchbox. Find out what's being served with Mike, Defo and Lubie, the only show that covers food, sports, and the proper maintenance of your car. And now, a man who had the distinction of having an entire health clinic named in his honor, Mike Mayo.
I want the flim flam sauce with the awesome fave, with shafafa on the side.
Good afternoon. It's a little bit late. Mike Lubie. He's been, having a weekend there. He had an emergency landing on his plane back from New York. It seems like the disaster jinx again. Defo, how was your weekend? And we're at Emack Bolio's in Pembroke Pines. But how you doing today? And I hope it's better than Lubie.
I'm hanging in there, man. Feeling good. Emack Bolio's famous ice cream brand, and interesting story about this particular shop. But terrific young people are running the place, and it's going to be
second after she's done several treats, some cones, different flavors. And like you said, Emack Bolio is a place that near and dear to my heart because I went to school in the Boston area, and it was an ice cream mecca, which you wouldn't necessarily think that place that. But where I went to school, which up in Somerville and Medford, they have a very famous shop called Steve's Ice Cream, which is actually the home of the original Mix-In, which you now see at Cold Stone Creamery. I'm going to give a brief. I hope that's okay with you. Then, of course, you had Emack Bolio's, which was like a region sprouting up in other areas. And I think now they're in the New Jersey and the New York metropolitan area. And Samantha here somehow found her way out here to parts of Pembroke Pines and opened this shop a little over a year ago. And basically, franchise up, but high quality ice cream with really creative flavors is available right here. And somebody brought up the ice cream, the topic of where do you get, good ice cream in Broward. And I made a list, and then somehow I omitted oversight because I had been here before, and the ice cream is very good. Now, Samantha, she's been all kind of eventually. Now we've had many ice cream discussions on this show, and you're
grew up with Briars, but no, I always loved the exotic flavoring. I told you a kid that was in my high school was Jerry from Ben and Jerry's. He wasn't making ice cream then,
right,
but certainly
and
made
getting that. Do you ever see him at reunions or? So Mike Lubie. I'm out of my mind today because I've been working nonstop clearing out my house, and nice. It was a football weekend, but the Dolphins are playing tonight, so we could have a little bit of Dolphin talk. And I guess the question to you guys is, now that I think I'm fully funded, should I make a Sheldon G on tonight's Lions Seahawks game?
I wouldn't go Sheldon G level. Sheldon G does like Floyd Money Mayweather levels. I would put something on it. Of the more casual variety though, because with Huntley playing, the Dolphins could actually win this game, but I wouldn't expect them to win.
So I know so little about who's playing, who's not, who's hurt, that all I know is my college buddy Eric is in town. I picked him up this morning. Happens to arrive just at these opportune times where I'm flush, and I'm still going to make him pay for dinner. But he's really gung ho on the Lions tonight, giving 4 points. So we'll see what happens. Meanwhile, wait, Aren't the Dolphins playing too?
Yes, Dolphins play the Titans.
So I'm so confused.
There's
There's a
two games.
doubleheader. When
For
did
like
this
2 or 3
become a
weeks
thing?
early in the season, they do double Monday night games, and this is one of those weeks.
Isn't it better to? Oh, look at this! We
Look at
are
you.
now having the ice cream lunch is commencing, and this looks like an affogato, right? With the Oreo ice
Toasted s'more affogato is what
toasted s'more
they call it here at Emack
affogato.
and Bolio's.
I don't know whether I'm supposed to eat it or drink it or both,
You can do a
but
little bit of both.
it looks pretty good. It's hot coffee for those who are not familiar with affogatos. Do you have any thoughts on Dolphins Titans? Because I don't know what to make of anything anymore. It seems like everybody's 2-2, and that's the way it's designed, right?
You would think the Dolphins would have an edge. Huntley is an interesting story. Hallandale Beach High School, went to the University of Utah, looked for a while like he might be a viable starter in the games in the NFL in all these years. He started for the Giants, right? Didn't he, a couple of years ago? Ravens and the Giants?
Yes, maybe the Giants too, but I know
yeah.
he started for the Ravens a bunch of games.
But where is he at now? I don't know. I mean, the guy was on the practice squad of the Ravens a couple of weeks ago. Now he's the savior of the Dolphins. How bad are they? As bad as they've looked so far? Making clown plays with their quarterback. Your favorite, Will Levis, who of course was the guy behind the mayonnaise cologne.
I don't want to say there's a Mayo cologne jinx, but
yeah, exactly.
Of all the aromas in the world, and even for a guy named Mayo would be pretty much at the bottom of my list of things I want to dab behind my ears to attract people of, well, the opposite sex in my case,
Anyone.
but whatever you're interested in. However, I don't know, but maybe it is a Mayo clone jinx. But we got to find out if the Dolphins can, win. We found out, well, that basically they couldn't really do anything. And roll the dice on parlaying those winnings.
Probably going to say chili tonight. You realize what day it is today, Mayo, though? I mean, you, Mr. Food, Mr. Let's Eat Restaurant spokesman.
It's many things in my world.
Do you
today.
realize what kind of a day this is in the restaurant industry in South Florida? How special this day is? You have any idea?
I'm trying to think. It's September 30th.
Exactly.
Last day of September.
Which is the worst month every year in the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
People all over the place. I don't see you being as enthusiastic
that is
as most restaurateurs are. I know you had money issues that were settling in your favor. Begin to say, yeah, I'll be making money again pretty soon.
Yeah, well, it's time for our friends at Delaware Seafood, and along with some of our seafood restaurants, they start selling the stone crabs, and it means the snowbirds start around hurricane season unofficially. I mean, it goes till December 1st, but fingers crossed that we don't get anything. But the other thing is, boat show is at the end. Driver of tourists and traffic and all kinds of stuff. Restaurants, especially on the East Lauderdale, really start packing them in, and I think we're going to be doing a special. And judging by the way they treated us the first time, if it's anything like that the second time, you'll need a crane and a wheelbarrow to get me out. Yeah, so apparently the things are a little bit spotty.
I want to try different internet when we go to a break.
Okay, so
that is the problem.
Oh, and conduits to find out how things are going in terms of technical difficulties with the show.
I apologize. It was not the professor's fault. It was this computer is being weird, and I thought I fixed it. I don't know if it's the internet or the computer.
You know what we're gonna do, Lubie?
I know you want to buy me a computer.
With this new Windows I'm not buying you a computer.
Buying
I'm
us,
buying
yeah.
the
I mean, it's a
show
write-off. You
computer.
can write it off. But
Yes,
sure.
and
Whatever you
I
want to do.
think it's what they call a capital investment, right,
There you
Lubie?
go.
And
You gotta
there you
say
go.
yes.
That's the
Yes.
cliche I wanted
Yes.
to hear.
I'm nowhere.
I tell you what. Now you talk about important.
And for baseball.
Forget
Oof.
the hospitality industry, the baseball industry, especially long-suffering New York Mets fans. How's your buddy Ira doing today?
He
The
should be in
doubleheader.
celebration. They only need to split.
Right. Yeah.
I would think they could have come to an agreement. I don't like the Mets' chances in the second game here. If the Braves sweep them, they're out.
Yes.
Right.
Vice versa, right?
Very
Let's see.
simple.
We'll get you a score here.
Mets just need to win one of two, and they're in.
Yeah.
Nothing, nothing. Bottom of the third.
Okay.
Game's
Game
not
is
three.
where?
It's in Atlanta.
Weesh. So I think the most Mets thing that
They get
possibly done is they get swept,
Oh God.
and then Mets
Ooh.
fans
He's so
Schaefer
bad.
beer.
Seldom do you see doubleheader sweeps.
We
though,
got more.
we
one-
shall. This game they're in. Just sail in the second game and save them for the postseason, which gets underway like tomorrow.
And what do we have here? And we're gonna get you on. You're gonna explain everything. You gotta.
Pistachio butter with homemade hot fudge.
Okay, that one I'm gonna let Lubie take a bite of that. Yeah.
Okay.
Go
Works
for
for
it.
me.
And I'm gonna take a bite also at some point.
I don't know if I like
A doubleheader. We got a Monday night ball doubleheader. We've got money in the bank. Hopefully, we've got gas in the tank, and Defo is suddenly
being a good boy today. So good
he's
for him.
being a good boy. I am never a good boy.
No, I'm pretty clear.
Pass it along to Eric. So this is pistachio waffle crisp cone base here, and Emack and Bolio's.
Yeah, the city center. Pembroke
It's
Pines City Center.
Pines Boulevard. Very easy. You go down 103rd Avenue. I believe it's Southwest 103rd Avenue, right off Pines Boulevard. Pistachio, but that's evil.
Yeah.
103rd. There's a whole complex here of all kinds of things. I think there's a Mr. 01
Pizza, just a little
pizzas
bit.
down there. There's a
End of the
Chewy's
plaza.
Tex-Mex place here. This
Yep.
here is sprawling.
Yeah.
You're familiar with these Western burbs, these
Yes.
sprawling Western complexes. I get a little bit confused in here, and even you did today, but unit number is D111.
Yes, that's
And
important.
So you just, again, all you got to do is put it into GPS and you'll find it. They're doing a great job here. I rattled off a list of kind of independently owned and operated, starting with Jackson's, where we've been, Cleveland's, where we've been,
Yep.
Who Cleveland used to work for Jackson's. Do some great stuff there. Creamery, where we've done the
That's a
show.
job, yep.
And, I rattled those off when somebody asked about ice cream. And I forgot to mention Emack and Bolio's, even though I've been here. And then I tried to do the Mayo coverage by saying, oh, well, I was talking about like independent mom and pop. And then Samantha, a nationally renowned brand.
Yep.
And to me, the quality is unbelievably good. And this, again, you get these creative flavors, like not just pistachio, and we're gonna have she's gonna come in and talk for herself.
Yes.
But tell you what, Libby,
Let's take a break and then we'll give Miss
let's
Samantha
take a break. We'll get ourselves together. It's
Yes.
been that kind of weekend for me. I'm just
Right with you.
very little sleep. I didn't have a near-death experience on an airplane, but I guess it wasn't a
lived
near-death.
fine, but yeah, whenever they're like, all right, we're stopping in a city you weren't supposed to go to.
Anytime
never
you
the
start
dream.
going down,
Yeah, that's never the dream.
and it's not where you want to be.
But I'm here.
But you're
Hello.
here. And have good luck with the hurricane.
But,
That's
yeah.
it. But you know what I say now? Let it blow, let it snow,
Oh, geez.
let it flood. Well, actually, that's not true. I have a second condo,
There you go.
so that's it. All right, we'll be back with with more after these words on the Lunchbox.
Okay.
Huh?
It just went away for some reason.
Oh, yeah, of course. But I really want you to. When people ask me about the best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch, and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new birria tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. Best restaurants in South Florida, Casa D'Angelo is always at the top of my list. First class dining, top flight service, elegant atmosphere, and chef founder Angelo Ilia is legendary. The flagship in Fort Lauderdale has been serving the finest Italian cuisine since 1997, with other locations in Boca Raton and Aventura. As Angelo himself says, they have an unwavering commitment to unparalleled quality with meticulous attention to details. It's so good, with house-made pastas, pristine seafood, unique meats like elk chops and bison, and seasonal specialties including fragrant fresh truffles from Italy. All locations open 7 days for dinner. Reservations recommended. For a special occasion or any occasion, Casa D'Angelo. Tell them Mike Mayo sent you. If you're looking for an exquisite sushi experience, Kaizen Sushi Bar and Grill in Fort Lauderdale is the place to go. 5640 North Federal Highway, just north of Commercial Boulevard. Chef owner Hui Lam, he's a sushi savant, slicing and serving pristine fish and seafood flown in directly from Japan and around the world. Nigiri, sashimi, special rolls, and omakase dinners. He's ruined me from going anywhere else. It's that good. Open 7 days for dinner and also for lunch. Even if you're not a sushi fan, they have great cooked options, including steaks, chops, rice and noodles, and other Japanese dishes. It's fantastic. For reservations and information, go to kaizenflorida.com. Tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. Delicious Mexican food with innovative twists. Margaritas with a medley of tongue-tingling flavors. I'm talking about Taco Craft, Taqueria, and Tequila Bar. The place to go on Taco Tuesday and every day. It's located at 510 North Federal and Highway in Fort Lauderdale, and also in Lauderdale by the Sea at Plantation Walk, and soon in Coral Springs. Taco Craft has specials every day, including bottomless drinks for a Sunday brunch and Taco Tuesdays with their $4 premium tacos, including their new burrito tacos with bone marrow broth. Oh, it's so good. They've even made a taco lover out of me, and they've got so much more, including fajitas, that open-faced smashed cheeseburger tortilla that's new, and a guacamole sample that's an explosion of flavors. The kitchen is open late. There's delivery and takeout. For more information, go to tacocraft.com. Tell them Mike Mayo, the Lunchbox, sent you. All right, we're back on the Lunchbox. We're at Emack Bolio's ice cream shop. It's been open a little bit in a year. It is in Pembroke Pines, 10350 Pines Boulevard. It's in this whole megalopolis plaza that has all kinds of shops. D111 is the unit number. It's kind of wedged off a circle in a corner here, but it's got big things that says ice cream rocks on the outside. And so far, Samantha is rocking us, not just with the ice cream, Defo, but she makes her own like homemade toppings, and she's going to be in here to talk about it in a second. But that's maple praline, I never know how to pronounce those southern words. There he is. There she is. We've got Samantha. Welcome to the Lunchbox. Let's get you hooked up with the headset. We got Mike Lubitz is on the mixing board there. He'll get us powered up.
Okay.
And welcome. Thank you for having us. I apologize profusely for the oversight and not listing Emack and Bolio's, because it is one of my favorite ice creams. It is good stuff. And tell us your story. I understand that we happen to maybe grow up in the same general
Area.
vicinity. Yeah.
I'm from Brooklyn.
Defo, where are you from?
Same place.
Brooklyn. Got 3 Brooklyn people here.
Yeah.
And Brooklyn people we know are the best. Sorry, Lubie there. He grew up in Sunrise. It's close.
I'm from here. What do you want?
He's
I was just in New York, though. I
You're
went
an
through
honorary.
Brooklyn.
Did you? Oh, you drove or?
We went to. We were all around New York, so like I get the vibes of what you guys are doing here. You're out of the Northeast, Emack and Bolio's, and you can feel it when you walk right in here.
It's yeah, good stuff. So you grew up in Brooklyn, but you've lived here in South Florida for how long? And let me just get the mic up there. There,
Thank
perfect.
you.
We're good. We're
Over
good.
20 years now.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how did you get into the whole ice cream thing? We were talking before the show, and you said you were in real estate, and I guess like every other real estate person in Florida, when they have the ups and downs and the roller coaster ride, sometimes you find other things to do.
Yeah. Basically, I was helping out somebody, a client,
Mhm.
with real estate, and I did know the owner of Emack and Bolio's prior, and tried making a relationship between the two of them, and it wound up that there was an opportunity to try and open up an Emack and Bolio's, and they.
Now you said you knew one of the founders of
Yeah.
Emack, and that's what is a gentleman from the Boston area?
Yeah, Robert Rook.
Okay.
Mhm.
Who is Emack and who is Bolio? Are those made up names?
They're not made up.
Okay.
They were definitely people.
Okay. I never understood the name. I never researched it that much. All I did was go in and eat the ice cream.
It's a little unusual.
Yeah.
It is. It's
And
kind of a weird story.
maybe Jim Sarney. Because he usually always knows all this esoterica, but
He's got the inside scoop.
we opened this up about a year ago.
Yes.
How are things been going? And this area, is it an ice cream haven? Do people love the ice cream?
Getting to know it slowly. It's taking a little bit of time. It's not a brand that they're familiar with. Try the ice cream. Coming back, they love it, and that's the whole point, is trying to bring amazing ice cream to this area.
And that's always a worthy endeavor, especially in South Florida, because season all year long.
Exactly.
I mean, I'll eat ice cream when it's 20 below, but I'm when it's 90 degrees and hot,
Exactly.
which it still is.
What I find interesting, and it's funny because I was talking with Samantha before we got on, and the background of how Emack and Bolio started, it sort of what Samantha has done in regard is the founder was not an ice cream person.
No.
And she was like, well, I was like, we love to talk about the journey. She's like, well, it's a very twisty and turny journey. We're like, okay, good. That's what we like. How the heck you got here? Like, you're talking about design. Like, how did you find yourself here and from where you were, and where did you get your start, and what made you do into the South Florida area?
It is a crazy story, just like Rob had no experience with ice cream at all.
Like, you never scooped, you said.
Nope. Nope, never scooped ice cream, not except for at home from a pint. And I wound up fishing that I was able to represent the brand and give it a shot. And so I started in Aventura Mall. And it was a location that was a prior ice cream shop. And I took over and just revamped it and started there. And everybody was happy to find us there.
Can I raise on you for a moment if you're up for that? Because all the things that you brought out so far is different than what you maybe, screen places that I love. But, affogato you brought out, I've seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
But you brought out that maple praline, really so good, perfect. And then now you've got, it's a rum raisin topping. You make this too.
I make a homemade rum raisin topping.
So even though you're getting ice cream that's Emack and Bolio quality that comes in, it's not made on the premises, but it's made in a place great quality.
Yes.
It comes into the store a couple times a week, and you always kind of fill it up. What?
No. Under trailers on pallets.
Okay, but on a daily basis?
No. It's about every 2 to 3 months.
Oh, wow. Okay. So again, it's ice cream. It's staying. Put it in your freezer and have the last thing in my freezer before I sold my house. And it's actually still sitting there in tribute to my late mom, the Breyers vanilla ice cream that she scoop of to finish up lunch. So this kind of is a tribute because I sold my house today after 24 years.
Congratulations.
I don't know if the money's hit just yet. Heels click together. But I spent the whole weekend a half gallon. Well, basically, my mom, she passed in January, and being the frugal, she always says, buy it on 2 in the intervening months, that third one. So it's sitting in the freezer. The people that bought the house, it's actually a contractor. He's going to be flipping the house. So I figured the contracting crew, they could sit. It's their choice. But and it also made me think of this perfect way to end it, like ice cream in mom's memory, especially the vanilla. So thank you for that, Samantha. Yeah. And but now we move on to new chapters.
Yeah.
That will include plenty of sweet things, including this ice cream. All right. I'm lost, Defo. How did I get so lost?
You have a lot going on.
A lot going on in my mind today. A lot.
So anyway, so you don't start in the world of ice cream, but you end here. Where did you get your beginnings, and where did it cross over into? Let me open up an Emack Bolio's in first Aventura, now Pembroke Pines.
I have experience in business. I actually used to own art galleries.
Oh wow!
Where was that?
On Ocean Drive.
Really?
In Miami
South
Beach, back in the days when it was first starting off?
Yes.
Wow.
At the Victor Hotel opened.
Wow.
So that was my first business, like official.
So you kind of a, what was that?
Yeah, that was interesting.
You should make Art Basel ice cream project where you could take flavors and your toppings and canvas. It'll be a little and Pollocky, and I think we can make a mint.
That's funny.
Or a grass. for pie.
There you go.
There you go.
was
It
good.
is just the lamest dad joke day today on the Lunchbox. But do you still go down there? Do you still connected to the art?
Turned around from that.
And it seems like so you're a hands-on shopkeeper. You're here a lot.
Yes, absolutely. I'm here almost daily, and I fully designed this entire place.
Store is nice. It's got great light. What's with the you got all kinds of vinyl on the wall. They're making a comeback, I guess.
And they should.
And I was very vexed because a few years back, I basically sold my whole for some money, collectors.
Mhm.
And now this go around, I don't have any help. See Michael Jackson's, the
Aerosmith.
Cars,
Mhm.
but this time packing up, all I have is crates and crates of CDs, and they're pretty much worthless these days. Nobody has a CD player or any need for CDs, I think.
I guess not.
But you bring there's a lot of color, a lot of vibrancy to it, and it makes a lot of sense. That is what you talked about, you adding to Emack and Bolio's.
Yeah.
How do you go art gallery in Ocean Drive, one of the prime time places for art? I mean, you think New York, you think Milan, and culture and vibes. How do you go from that to here? I mean, I know you think it's this. I think it's interesting. Like I really find it interesting to find people go from this, combining the worlds. Again, you're adding the color, you're adding the flair, taking this ice cream establishment to a different place in other, old school. How do you go from there to here?
It's. I mean, I just basically took all my experience in terms of like representing a product and just applied it to ice cream. I mean, anything is about presentation.
100%.
And it's incredibly important to think about, every aspect of it. And I have an art background, and a very unusual background in a lot of different ways.
Did you go to school somewhere? I mean,
I have a BFA from Alfred University.
Alfred is in upstate New York.
Yes.
Oh wow,
So,
that's some cold winters up
extremely.
there. Yeah.
Yeah.
You went to Syracuse, so
Oh,
you guys
that's even
have
colder.
Hey, you know what's funny though?
It's really cold.
There's a main street there where all the shops were for the students or whatever, the faculty, and one of the big hit stores, in spite of the fact that it was 50 below from October 1st all the way through like May, was an ice cream shop that opened up,
Oh my God.
and people flocked there. So yeah, it had a lot of success. It was surprising.
Same dynamic in Boston with Steve's Ice Cream and then Harold's in Harvard Square and Emack and Bolio everywhere. It's counterintuitive, but I'm a freak like that. I like eating ice cream in frigid conditions, and I like eating soup in summertime because
Me too.
Okay, so
It's true.
there you have it. It makes sense on some sort of level. But
Yeah.
I really don't know which one. Hey, so it's funny how, you come from a different background, not
Totally.
necessarily hospitality, and Emack and Bolio also founded by a lawyer. That dovetails right into our contest winner for the week.
Oh yeah, nice.
Because the contest last Friday was basically the restaurant that we highlighted was California Pizza Kitchen in honor of our friend Joe Beja over at Gulfstream Park, the amazing executive director of hospitality at Gulfstream. He was away at Santa Anita Park in California for their, California Crown races, which I completely missed. I don't know who won. Did you play the races on Saturday?
I didn't see him, no.
Oh, okay. Well, Joe Beja was out there, and we made the restaurant trivia question. Every week we have a different restaurant, California Pizza Kitchen, which was founded in Beverly Hills by two lawyers.
Wow.
And of course, they revolutionized, the whole casual pizza business, and they made a thing out of barbecue chicken pizza, and then they made it into, I guess, Thai chili chicken or whatever the Ken was saying on Friday. He likes one of the other chicken versions. But anyway, it just goes to show that you don't have to necessarily be in the hospitality business to start a successful brand. All it takes is, like you said, some business acumen, some passion, a lot of passion.
Yes.
And knowing how to be nice to people, the whole concept of hospitality and getting people in the door and smiling and getting them back. And that's one of the things that, obviously you're must be doing something right if you are here after a year and people are coming in on the weekends. And you should check it out here at Emack and Bolio's. All right, getting back to the contest. California Pizza Kitchen, number 8 horse, Most Handsome, which is a good name for a horse, won the feature race at Gulfstream. Number 8, which means Bonnie DePacio, our friend, who I just visited in North Carolina last weekend, but she's not a relative. She doesn't work for the show. She is eligible to participate in the contest. She always picks number 8 because that was her late husband Richie's, and he was a horse race handicapper for the Sun Sentinel. Anyway, his favorite number was 8. Bonnie always picks the 8 horse. The 8 horse was Most Handsome, won. And Bonnie then went to the tiebreaker along with 6 others, the Alabama-Georgia game. And Bonnie nailed it right on the nose. She had Bama winning by 7 points. And that's it. She won. She won the contest.
Bonnie, wow.
Way to go, Bonnie.
Congrats,
to,
Bonnie.
Again, a show super fan, show regular, and a longtime friend of mine. And this gives her an excuse to make a trip down to South Florida to redeem her prize, which is 2 Sunday brunch passes for 10 Palms at Gulfstream Park. And Bonnie, hopefully come on down. And you don't have to take me. You can take anybody that you of your choice, of your other friends in South Florida, because I'm not good company I'm too busy with my nose down in the racing form all day. So again, congrats, Bonnie DePacio. You're this week's Gulfstream 10 Palms contest winner. All right, that was a long way of getting there, but that's what we do on this show sometimes. Yes. Do we need another break yet?
We need a couple, and let's get rolling, sir.
Oh, we'll get rolling soon. Okay. Samantha, thank you so much for stopping by. Is there anything else you want to add? Hours? You're open 7 days?
We are open 7 days. We're open late on Fridays and Saturdays for the people looking for a nice treat till 11 o'clock at night. And we're here. We do cakes, custom cakes for people. We have amazing cones. If people want parties, they can buy pints and quarts and take that home. And we're here to...
It should be a contender for best ice
cream shop in South
Florida. Samantha, thanks so much for having us in and feeding us all this great ice cream. You can keep them coming during the next segment. Because,
I've got a few more coming.
Oh, good. All right. That music to my ears and my belly's ears. We'll be back with more on the Lunchbox after these words. A little further inland, Luke's Seafood and Grill. That's Luke's with a C, 5511 South University Drive in Davie. Luke and Roxy, they're a great couple with great food. It's a mom and pop shop bringing the freshest fish and seafood to Western Broward. Some of the best jambalaya and fish cakes around. And Scooby-Dooby-Doo, where are you? You can find his famous Scoobies, those sauteed crab claws, right there on the specials board most days. Oh, so good. So take a trip to University just north of Sterling today. Lunch, dinner, closed on Mondays. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When people come to me and say, Mike, where should I go out to eat? I got guests coming from out of town. Where should we go? Cafe Seville. That's the answer. 2768 East Oakland Park Boulevard. It's a Fort Lauderdale perennial, serving the finest in Spanish and continental cuisine in a cozy, friendly, comfortable setting. Joey Esposito and Sally, his better half, they've been running the place for a long time. It's been open since the 1980s. They got great Spanish classics like paella, shrimp with garlic sauce, and all kinds of great seafood dishes. The stuffed veal chop, that's my favorite. Go to Cafe Seville. It's open every day but Sunday at 5 p.m. for dinner. Tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Do you like burgers? Do you like wings? Do you like late night food and sports on big screen TVs and cold beer and friendly vibe and great people? Then you want to check out Shenanigans, 1300 South Federal Highway in Dania Beach. Go to Shenanigans, you get yourself all the good stuff, the fresh fish every day, the black and grilled wings, and of course, the kitchens are open late. Go there, tell them that the Lunchbox Mayo and Defo sent you. Freshest fish, Delaware Chicken Farm and Seafood Market, located at 4191 North State Road 7 in Hollywood, open 7 days. Since 1951, a South Florida tradition for stone crab in season, Thanksgiving turkeys, holiday feasts, and everyday eating. Great steaks, house-made sausage, and prepared foods, too. Delaware is not just a market, it's a celebration of taste, quality, and old-fashioned customer service with a smile. Sign up for their weekly email flyer at DelawareChicken.com and tell them Mike Mayo and the Lunchbox sent you. When the Brooklyn boy in me wants a great bagel with lox, matzo ball soup, deli sandwich, and rugelach, you know where I go? Grandpa's Restaurant in Dania Beach. It's a South Florida institution since 1957 that was revamped a few years back by a pair of New York bagel baking legends. Full deli and appetizing case with spreads, salads, and platters for takeout and catering. Grandpa's is near Federal Highway just north of Sterling Road, open 7 days for breakfast and lunch. Go eat and enjoy. It's Mike Mayo's Lunchbox approved.
Mayo back.
All right, we're back on the Lunchbox at Emack and Bolio's, and I am completely now, for the second time this weekend, after overlooking Samantha here at Emack and Bolio's, I also have overlooked another winner. And we were supposed to have a tiebreaker drawing, and we did not because somehow it slipped through the cracks. But Jeannie Jaffe also had California Pizza Kitchen, horse number 8, and Alabama by 7 points. It did not get flagged by me. It is in my bin. It did arrive before noon on Saturday. So I guess it's on me. I'm going to have to reach into my pocket for $100 for another
So
contest.
don't make a big bet today and just buy Don and his wife.
Or actually, maybe
Yeah, go
we'll
straight
hit
10
up
pumps.
Joe B, and he'll be nice enough to say, Mike,
I'm sure he will, but I think you should be
I
punished.
think
to
I
be
should
really
be
honest.
punished, by the way. And I
You're
think
letting
Joe
it-
should say, no, Mike, it's time you learn a lesson.
Honestly, that's what I think.
If you're going to try to do many, if you're
Too
going to
many
be waiting
things
to
at
the
once.
last minute to pack up your whole house, if you think this is like some deadline column, which I came across a few of those over the weekend too. I was sending you some
Is that why you were saying all
screenshots.
that stuff?
Yeah, I
'Cause you're
find
cleaning out your
stuff that
house?
I'm like cleaning out, and it's like, oh, am I going to save this? Am I going to be president? Are they going to build a Mike
Oh,
Mayo
yeah.
presidential library
You'll
where
be
they
right.
want every piece of copy that I wrote for the
I
Sun
think you'll be
Sentinel?
fine.
And then you come to a certain point in life where you realize, no, that's not happening.
No.
And you can't even really. I don't have any birds. I can't lie in the bird cage. I don't have any cats. I just threw it away.
Oh, wow.
And you know what? My thinking on that was everything fades.
Everything goes
Everything is
away.
very transient,
Nostalgic.
and everything is digitized these days. So I
Think
just
about it,
was
find it
great. I was
somewhere.
throwing out all my textbooks from Soviet studies and all
No
the
problem.
complete works of Lenin and Tolstoy
You still had all that?
novels. I still had all
Good for
that,
you. You're like my wife.
and I just tossed it all. And basically, because I said everything is digitized now. If I really want to reread that book, which I don't think I will, I'm not looking to impress anybody anymore. Val knows what I'm all about.
Yes, she does.
And so, and I had last night as I'm clearing out the final things, I have all these textbooks and things that I put in one of those contractor bags, and I basically filled up every trash can in my neighborhood. All my neighbors' cans go out on Sunday night. So I was that guy where I'm
So you
like
wouldn't have
stuffing
to-
every.
So you wouldn't have to go to a dumpster.
Yeah.
dump-
Well, I already paid the junk truck like $500, and they already took a full truckload of junk. But last night, those contractor bags, I thought they're supposed to be durable. I was so tired, I just started dragging it, And what I learned is when you're dragging ass
not
and you
that
drag the
durable.
contractor bag across a asphalt concrete street,
Yeah.
it tears open. So in the middle of my street last night at midnight, the complete works of Lenin, and then there was a textbook of Fidel Castro's speeches, all was spilled out. And I just said, oh
People
my
would have thought you were voting for Trump.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
I could have set a bonfire to it and it would have been right
If
in
you're on
line.
forensic files, they would have nailed you as a communist.
But then again, if people in Miami saw that, I had some of the speeches of Fidel Castro collected in a book
Ooh, that's
because I
nice.
was studying communist regimes. That was part of my studies back when I was at Tufts. I was a Soviet and Eastern European studies major, and then the Soviet Union disappeared, and everything I learned in college was worthless. And I became a sports writer. So, we got the pumpkin spice, or is it just pumpkin?
Smells good.
It's a pumpkin pie.
Sauce with toasted marshmallow.
Toasted marshmallow. I love the toasted marshmallow. And it's
on
pumpkin
vanilla
ice
ice cream.
cream. It's
vanilla
on
ice
vanilla
cream.
ice cream. So
Vanilla
this
ice
is another one of your homemade diabolical topping creations that people can get in the spirit of the season. I like the seasonality. It's always a sign of a good place.
Yeah, it's great.
Defo, do you want to take a bite of this?
No,
I
go
feel,
ahead. You
I
guys-
feel like you're
You guys dig in.
I feel like you're on some sort of cleanse
he's
or
being
something
a good
today.
man today. So we'll leave
You
him
know
alone.
what? Tomorrow's October 1st. It's a good day to turn everything around, my friend.
There you go.
And
Yeah.
you know what? Wednesday
Seek
is.
perfection. Seek perfection.
No, it's
But that has nothing to do with it. I just not really in the ice cream mode
okay.
right now. But no, I mean the stuff's all outstanding. You
I'm
can tell.
always in
I
the
just like the
ice cream.
smell.
mode.
The
And I'm
image
not
looks
the
amazing.
biggest pumpkin spice fan. I make a face, a Mayo face, every time I hear the words pumpkin spice. But I do
It's all
like
the rage
pumpkin
right now.
pie.
Yeah.
And I do like here, just have a seat. Samantha, don't be you've already done this. You know it's easy. It's all good. I'm gonna look at it. It's kind of like a crunchy when you do it with a torch, you kind of just torch it.
Yeah.
And I'm trying to make it without a spill. I'm gonna have to kind of lick on this side. It's gonna be a little It's got that little pumpkin-y. Not too sweet. It's good. And the marshmallow gives it that kind of that toasted marshmallow. It's not a meringue, but I guess you could call it like a kind of burnt sugar meringue. But no, it's marshmallow.
Like a brulee or
Brulee,
something like
there you
that.
go.
Yeah.
Very good stuff. I'm gonna have to have Eric come back and take some of this. No, I'm gonna have to
I'll
have
try
Lubie
it.
take
Yeah,
it
I'll try
back. Very good. Oh, look
I
at
just
look
love
at the way it's it's dripping.
Yeah, I just love the creativity. Like you don't always
That's
see
good.
things torched.
That's a very Emack Bolio's thing to do.
I don't know what you call it. I just call it delicious. That is really good. The toasted marshmallow. It brings. I feel like I'm back at Boy Scout camp now, only surrounded by ice cream. I gotta admit, I'm not the world's biggest pumpkin fan, but that works with that good straight up vanilla ice cream. As long as that, I don't know. I guess the Starbucks people just turned me against it.
It's overwhelming.
It's overwhelming, and they also started right around July. The Halloween decorations would come out like October 1st, and now it got Labor Day, and they were already. You know what else it is? Obviously, tomorrow's October 1st. I'm going to give Lubie one of these.
Yeah, I'll definitely get them.
Let's see if.
Oh God, you would.
What is Wednesday evening? October 2nd.
Oh, for Jewish, it's a Jewish.
Rosh Hashanah.
Russia.
There
There
it
it
is.
is.
Nailed it.
Jewish New Year.
Yes, it is a new year, and that is a great time.
Wow.
Also, new chapters, cleansing of the soul,
Yeah,
atoning for sin. Eric's been very
Always.
patient over there. So, do you have anything else? Like that, I have been.
I have a
doing?
slice.
That
Oh
sounds
yeah,
like a
the ice. So the ice cream cake is a big thing here. She does
Yeah.
they sort of do their own thing with the ice cream cakes, which is
Yes.
we're all big fans. We grew up with ice cream cake, but it's sort of a standard thing. So I will twist
Yeah.
ice cream cakes.
No, it's good. They're delicious. They're custom. You can choose whatever flavors ice cream you want.
It's all good. What is the biggest selling flavor here at this shop?
Oreo.
Toasted Samorio.
Yep.
So it's like a s'mores type of thing.
Got some marshmallow-based ice cream with graham cracker swirl and Oreo cookies.
How does the grasshopper?
It does well, but it's very selective. It's
Why?
it's kind of
I love it. That's my favorite thing.
And
when you get
it's
that
usually
mint,
people that love it. Either they love it or they don't.
and a big mint chip fan, and you put some other pieces of fudge and stuff. I'm very happy. A lot of chocolate sold too, or chocolate.
Homemade fudge.
Homemade fudge is always good.
Lots of
So,
homemade fudge.
all right. Well, it's I'm
So sold. 'Cause I feel like we'll get Mayo back.
yes. Coach might have cut me by now, but that's
Pretty
it.
much.
All right, let's take a five. Oh, you know what I got to do?
Yeah.
A live spot for our friends at Tropical Acre Steakhouse,
Yeah,
which
there's
has
a
now
Monday.
been named by the readers of the Sun Sentinel
That's so
newspaper,
great.
Oh wow.
the publication where I used to work. Because anytime Woody Allen and his crew gets recognized, it definitely warms my heart because they They also are masters of hospitality. They're at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania. And they actually, Jack Studiali, besides us being there for the show tomorrow,
Nice.
Tropical Acres at lunch edition of the Lunchbox, and they're not open to the general public until a martini for $7 these days. I have my Belvedere martinis, 4:30 to 6:30, Monday through Friday at the bar. Happy hour is great. Jack Studiali will be on the show tomorrow at 1 o'clock. I'll be on time tomorrow.
Nice.
Don't have any homes to sell tomorrow. So
There you go.
But he was on our friend Paul Castanovo's show this morning.
Nice.
And Paul wanted to also, have him on and give him a little props. And it was fantastic listening to Jack, all class individual. You want to get in there for Thanksgiving because they're open for the Thanksgiving holiday. It saves all the. Give him a call today for your reservation for Thanksgiving Day. Call them at 954-989-2500, 954-989-2500 to make your reservation for Thanksgiving or any day. They're open every day but Sunday. Perfect time to go in there tonight or this weekend. Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you.
All right, we'll be right back after this at Emack and Bolio's on a visit Florida Food and Wine. Lunchbox after this.
Prezzo Italian Restaurants. 2 locations. Boca Raton at Park Place on Military Trail and Palm Beach Gardens in the PGA Commons on PGA Boulevard. Contemporary Italian cuisine with house-made pastas, wood-fired pizzas, salads, veal, chicken, and of course their famous focaccia bread with oven-roasted garlic bulbs. In garlic we trust is their slogan, and you can trust Prezzo for a great experience with gracious service and tremendous value. Open 7 days, featuring brunch, lunch, dinner, and happy hour. Great wine deals and full bar at both locations. For reservations and more information, go to eatprezzo.com. One of the best restaurants in Broward, J&C Oyster in downtown Hollywood. At 2035 Harrison Street, this place is fantastic and worth a drive. It's got creative, cutting-edge seafood and more with an Asian twist and gorgeous cocktails. Chefs Raheem Seeley and Monica Dominguez cut their teeth at some of Miami's best restaurants. Don't miss some of these fantastic dishes, including grilled oysters, fried chicken, and the Thai red curry crab. Open Wednesday through Sunday for dinner with daily happy hour and outdoor seating. Go to jncoyster.com for reservations and information. Tell them Mike Mayo's Lunchbox sent you. When I'm looking for some wicked good food for a wicked good lunch, there's only one place to go. That's Wicked Cheesesteaks in Fort Lauderdale. It's at 4824 North Federal Highway, just south of Commercial Boulevard and across from Holy Cross Hospital. My friend Brian there, he will hook you up with some really tasty treats. They've got cheesesteaks just like the best you can find in Philly, along with lobster rolls, because that's where he's from, Maine originally. And they have wings and pizza and everything you want to have a really good time. Wicked Cheesesteaks, they're open every day but Tuesday. Check them out online, wickedcheesesteaks.com. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. If you're looking for a great place for steaks, seafood, and more, go to Tropical Acres Steakhouse and Butcher Shop. It's at 2500 Griffin Road in Dania, just west of I-95 and the airport. They've been there a long time, since 1949. That means they're doing something right. You'll get old school hospitality from the Studiali family, along with great value, tremendous service. Of course, you could also go into the bar for happy hour every day, 4 to 6, and they have great value all night long. Also, a butcher shop that's open every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. except Sunday. The dining room is open every day at 4:30 except Sunday. Go to Tropical Acres. Tell them the Lunchbox sent you. Food and Wine Festival. We're going to have to get the Emack and Bolio people involved.
Yeah.
Tell Phil to make a beeline out here and check out some of these flavors. Meanwhile, we're going to let this ice cream cake, we're going to let that defrost a little bit. But visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. It's coming up right after the holidays. I can't believe it. It's almost 2025. It's not in our favor. It's kind of spooky that it was just the enjoying a nice sugar bowl. I think that was back when Florida State was like contending for national
Yeah, we were
championships. You
actually
remember
good.
those days, Lubie?
Yeah, we happened last year.
Had to do Saturday night. I missed that game.
Good. I wish I'd missed it. I found a way to watch it, even though I was in freaking New York, and it was a disaster. So,
Man, it's bad. How bad is the offensive line, or how bad is the quarterback?
bad is everything. FSU's bad. Had a fun game Friday, but at least we're here, and you definitely go festival.
Look at this.
I know Dino.
Oh, yes.
Dino
Thank
Lauderdale
you for
ends
getting me
today,
back
right?
on
Dino
track.
Lauderdale ends today. Right?
Is this a brownie? Oh, this looks like a blondie on top. It's a blondie and a brownie with a vanilla and chocolate. Strawberry. Or is it strawberry? Actually, it's. To the Food and Wine Festival. Go online to vlfoodwine.com to get all your tickets for the upcoming festival. Again, the grand tasting is on that Saturday. I believe it's January 18th. Phil and Kate are working hard to put together another great stellar edition of Visit Lauderdale Food and Wine Festival. I think they're up to year number 5, no 6 now. I don't even know. It's crazy.
It's getting better and better.
All those private dinners. We're going to have to get you involved there and get the Emack and Bolio brand name more, I guess, recognized throughout the greater Fort Lauderdale area. VLFoodWine.com. Is that it? Are we done with the show?
We're done, sir.
Oh, so do I take a big bite of this?
The day
or
of
what?
celebration
There's no way I can
begins.
take a big bite of this. That I will let defrost for a little bit. Let's see if I. It's softening up there on the end.
It's getting there.
And you said it's what? The combination is a Beantown Blitz. Beantown Buzz.
Yeah, that's espresso ice cream with fudge espresso swirl and whole chocolate covered coffee beans with a caramel center and vanilla bottom.
This cake is up my alley.
That's ridiculous.
It's really dense. It's really hard and solid.
Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't melt.
I'm sorry, Fudgy the Whale.
There's a new winner.
My
in
next
town,
birthday
exactly.
might have a new ice cream cake
We
coming
could do
to
it with
town.
grasshopper pie.
Oh, we can do so many
I like that.
things.
They make it to whatever flavor you want.
Specs. They
That's
can have
pretty cool.
that. Yeah, look,
That's not
Carvel
normal.
always has a soft
That's really cool.
a soft spot in my heart for the soft
It's
serve.
history. I grew up on it too.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you what ice cream you grew up with.
Yeah, Carvel.
Carvel.
Totally.
But Emack and Bolio's. Wow, this is some good stuff here, Defo. I'm sorry you weren't partaking today. I'm going to go in. This is the Bananas Foster.
That's the Banana Fosters. It's
I'm going in
amazing.
here. I hear the music. That means I'm being played off.
You are. It's like the Academy Awards.
How long have we done this so far? 57 minutes. All right. Well, I've got one more bite.
Let's go for it.
That's good. Wow. Bananas Foster. Do you know the buttercream content, or is that a proprietary trade secret?
Yeah, I think we don't.
My buddy, the Sheik, Mark Schweitzer, who is also a New Yorker. I went to high school with him. Me and him were ice cream freaks. We'd go around to New York. This is back in the day when Haagen-Dazs had just started. And there's also other brands known as Frusenglage and Alpen's Alber. And I don't even know if you remember those,
I've
but
heard of them.
they were high quality premium ice cream shops in New York. And my buddy Mark, he had like a built-in butterfat cream meter on his tongue, and he would say 16, 18, and usually he would nail it. I'm going to say this is pretty creamy.
Yep.
It is.
I'm going to say this is in the 16 to 18 range.
Very rich, but it's really good.
And it's very low air.
Low air.
The air content is extremely low.
Nice.
And it's not overly sweet either, because there's no need to put a lot of
Well,
sugar.
that was the
in
thing.
ice
Is that what I've
cream.
noticed is they not only have a lot of flavor, but they're not overpowering.
No,
And a lot of time
it's-
with ice cream, and I like it, but my wife is not the biggest fan of. She comes from the island, so dessert for them was a lot of the time fruit or very less sweet.
Yeah, tropical
pastries,
ices, and even
So
lighter
she
and
likes
Yes.
when it's
lower
less
butter
sweet.
fat. And look,
Oh,
this give me that low fat, low air, rich butter fat. It's kind of like me.
At least if you finish with the
Alexa
cone.
Yes, the resistance.
is the grasshopper pie. With a satisfying last lick on today's lunchbox. Tomorrow we'll be at Tropical Acres. We might be doing a whole Wednesday. I don't know where else the rest of the week. I'm just happy to be here.
There you
Samantha,
go.
thank you so much for taking such great care of us.
Thank you so much.
And
for
until
coming.
tomorrow, forget the sandwiches today. This is for Mom. Enjoy every ice cream cone. That's good.